What's going on YouTube? It's Kung Fu Chai here, and today we are trying out a weird deck. Kinda came around with both the new Innistrad sets. Each set had one card that was pretty key to the deck, because, well, the deck didn't exist before these two cards really. Basically, slime counter deck. Use Toxrill, just slime and like wear everyone down. And then Sludge Monster, turn everyone to a 2/2. That means any enemy creature on the board gets literally a one turn, one go around the table, and then it's just like bye bye. So basically, the deck's got quite a few like mana rock stuff like this. Pillar of Origins, choose creature type, add 1 mana of any colour to cast creature of chosen type. Pretty good in this deck because I've kind of leaned into the horror tribal. Yeah, there we go, Sludge Monster and Toxrill. Pretty much got all the pieces of the deck there already. That Proliferate is to... Ooh, no shit, I'll click Shapeshifter. Proliferate's to basically just start stacking more counters on them, so then when Toxrill comes down, it's like, boom. Yeah, like say 5/5 flyer goes to like a 2/2 vanilla. And then, like I said, 2 turns and it's dead. And then I'll get a little slug. But Toxrill's back's meant to hit 7 mana. Sludge Monster's not the cheapest either at 5, so run a couple of mana rocks, quite a lot of lands, because it's a 3-colour deck, so we've got green in there just, then we've got a bit more ramp. Yeah. See how this is going to go. I'm intrigued at what they're playing, because it seems like they're just playing random artifact? Jank? Fuck knows. Well, I can't really comment on Jank. Once Toxrill's out, that's just gonna... Yeah, it's not really gonna do anything. Do you want one? What have I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... yeah, go on. Play the Glasspool Mimic as a land, and that means that next turn I can drop a Toxrill. Is it a count? No. Maybe did he count? Please add replication rings, then he could have had 2 mana. Or he could be waiting on a sat creature. Who knows? But either way, next turn Toxrill's coming down, and then turn after Sludge Monster. And then basically that's kind of the combo set up. We attack with Sludge Monster, we put more counters on their stuff. Toxrill like kills their shit anyway. And we just start getting larger field. I'm just very confused at what this guy's playing. I know I'm not exactly playing the most mainstream deck, but I don't quite understand what he's playing. Yeah, that's what we like. Gets down onto the field, no counters. Because if Toxrill gets countered, it's a bit of an issue. But we do have card draw in the deck. We've got stuff like Contentious Plan, and we also have Letter of Acceptance. And, do we have another card? I feel like we've got another card draw thing, but my mind can't quite remember what the fuck it is. Do we even bother foretelling it? Don't really need to make a land do anything. Just attack and pass, I suppose. Very baffled by what on earth this guy's meant to be playing. So, yeah, no. What can this guy do? How do you transform that? 5 mana. Ooh, that's expensive. just going to become a 2, well I say 2-2. It'll become a 1-1 on my turn. And then end of my turn, they're both just going to die anyway. So this makes no difference to me. Yeah. So the sludge monster comes down. Drop another counter on Mystic Monstrosity. That'll pop that. Ah shit, I should have done the Sanitarium Skeleton really, because then he wouldn't have had a blocker. But it doesn't really matter. I still have Manaphosaurus coming, I believe. Yep, I'm good, so I have a counter held up. Obviously going to block Sanitarium because he can't do anything else. If you're going to declare blockers, then sack it to Oven. That would be the smart play. It's not the smart play. Or is to a line here that I don't quite see. I'm not sure. Oh, I've got 7, we've got 5, that's 12. Don't even need to whatchamacallit, Saka still getting anything. I was considering it, but it's not really any point. Oh, okay, that's a weird combo. Granted. Skeletons into graveyard, out of graveyard, then back. Yeah, fuck it. Don't need to sack a slug, but sack a slug. Basically, he's done this whole combo thing to keep regenning that and making 1/1 flyers. Sure, why not? That would be game. That's the field, slam counter onto the bat. That goes from a 2-2 with a 1/1 minus counter on it to 2 minus 1/1 counters on it. Then I have exactly 13 damage. Boom. That's his food. Should have put a counter on this. No, because that would have made it a 1/1 for non-horror creatures. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of just the deck. It's pretty fun and seems to be fairly consistent. Let's have a look at next game. Alright, I'm just queuing up for second game now. Let's see how this one goes. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Got enough black and I've got enough blue for both slime and Toxville. Sorry, sludge. Is it sludge monster or slime monster? I think it's sludge monster. 7 mana. Yeah, we good. We got this. So, Wrinkle tapped. No reason for untap. It's fucking rude. Glasspool Mimic. Glasspool Mimic's good because I can copy Sludge Monster. If I've got a Sludge on the fields, then I can start like spreading more counters around. But if not, it can be used as, I say it's brown. It's a tap land, but it could be worse. Ah, fuck off. Gillette restaurant. Good class. What can I do? Finally doesn't let discard any more shout in hand. 3 mana until Letter of Acceptance, then 9 land into Pillar of Origin, and that means I'm only 1 mana short. Well, I can go with that. Don't build a triad. Don't pillage rights. I can't be arsed discarding more cards. He's dead. Fucking bastard. This is really fucking me over. Yeah, apparently against this card, don't have a good matchup. Well, I say good matchup, it's not really doing too much damage. Technically it's on negative damage at the moment, but you know.
Scream. Surrender your attitude. You.
It's too important now, it's alright. We can go for Lano. Don't really need to make an additional land drop. No, that's off. I've got 4, 5, 6. One mana short. Bastard. 2 mana short. Yeah, at least he didn't have another ghost form on that.
Your final death is upon you.
Not ideal, obviously, but I suppose we'll make a difference. I've already that Hey! Glass pool. Yep. As far as there goes me +1. There goes an sludge monster. That's not a sludge monster. Ah, it's like the opposite of a fucking sludge monster. If it makes me discard, that's going to hurt. Oh, my Toxrill. It's kind of the main thing that I need, and I've not got any more mythic wildcards. I've only got 2 of them at the moment. Oh dear. Bastard. Yeah. Fuck. Well, yeah. Roper. That's not helpful. I need 2 sludge monsters. I've got 2 sludge monsters and 1 Toxrill left. Halla motherfucking Lou. You'll love to see it. That makes me a bit better position now. I'd say Fagner doesn't have a creature sack. Which he does, of course, why wouldn't he? Bastard. I'm doing draw and discard, I'm guessing. Yep.
Behold, my epilogue of fear.
21 cards left. I don't really want to make one of my lands a creature because destroying them, I kind of need them. Really? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. This ain't going well. Oh, I'm saying 10, he's got the lose life and draw a card, so that puts me down to 1. Yes! Yes. Wait. Yes, I can play it as well. Fuck yes. Got creatures on board for sack effect. Life's still not a bit of cosmetics. So make me sack a creature all you want. But I'm just going to sack it. Oh look, I've got another slug again. I wonder where that came from. I think I'll go 4. Take 3. Actually no, wait. I can go up more. Got them down the line. Cards, so should have enough to not death. Actually, no, it's not even going to be dealing 4 next turn, because that's going to be 1 from that and 1 off Rankle's effect, so it's only dealing 2 next turn. Can do all of them, aren't you? Go on, do all of them. No? Okay. Yeah, that's another fun little green card, the Evolution Sage. Oh no, a slug. Whatever will I do? Got that, extended Bastion, kept some more alive, just in the off chance that somehow he gets rid of the Toxrill. Which he has 3 mana open. Don't think. Yeah, that's game, I believe. So yeah, it's like when you get your combo going like fast, which is the ideal part of the deck, it works well, and then it can just come in so fucking clutch. So, going 2 for 2 currently. Let's see if I can carry on in the 3rd game. Alright. 3rd game. Let's see if we can have a 100% win rate. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this slime slug horror deck. Yeah, I'll keep that. I've got 3 mana on hand. Got a draw. That's all my colours that I need. Ah shit, I should have put that in untapped, then I could have played Llanowar. That's not a good sign, I'm already fucking misplaying. Goblins! I thought the other day that this would have been a really bad matchup versus Goblins. Turned out, it's not. Like, see if I can like speed out enough mana to hit a Toxrill down. It just nukes their entire board pretty much. Don't need to Druid's Path, but could Khans into an acceptance letter. But then I only have 1 blue, which isn't ideal. Actually, no, wait, I've got 2 blues because of acceptance letter. I'm an idiot. And then play my Druid. That means next turn, Sludge Monster can drop. I was about to say ideally it'll neuter some sort of annoying goblin effect, which it will. So, no more mentoring, no more tokens, and now I've got a nice beefy blocker. What we're doing next turn? Pillar contentious. Yeah, because that'll put me down to some one more mana. That'll put me in 6. Contentious could potentially draw me into a land, so then I've got 2 draws for a land. If I get another land down, that means turn after I'll have a Toxeril, and then I can more or less nuke his board. I could continue with board wipe Toxeril, it's just fun. Sure, okay. Let's do another game, because that was a bit quick. Gone 3 for 3 though, so can't complain too much. Right, this is going to be the last game, because the video is probably going to be getting a bit long otherwise, because this is the 4th game, and usually I only do 3. Now let's have a look. 3 lands, mana rock, so 4 mana, counter spell, which I won't be able to use until I foretell it, and 2 druid classes. Yeah, keep that. It's not the ideal hand, but Autograde tapped into forest into a druid class. Then when I'm start hitting my lands down, I'm gaining mana. Then 3 acceptance into water. Actually, no way, I can foretell. What's that doing? Druid class. If I get the double mana, double land per turn effect down, well, extra land. That'll come in pretty handy. Do I do Grave Under? Yeah, Water Grave, untap, into a druid class, play an extra land per turn, overgrown 2, untapped, into a land or It's not terrible. 5 mana. Got a letter. That's 7. Got 2 blue. Got 2 black when I get the letter down. That covers me for all my pips. The next turn. Foretell and then hold up so it's coming, or do I just play? I can go and tap because there's no need for rushing. Ah, bollocks, I should have put that down first. I'm getting 4 life instead of 2. God, I'm an idiot sometimes. I have a nice counter spell. Being able to hold up from next turn going forward. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. How much is it for you 5? Bump one of my lands into a creature. I'm gonna get fucked in the ways. Do land into a creature and ideally close enough to dead. Hey, that is what we like to see. Ah, fuck. Misplayed that, 'cause that means I've got 3 for Cosmos. I don't want to tap the one that I've just made a land, obviously. Bollocks. Let's see, I block them 2, that's still 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Ugh. Open misplay. Not misplayed so far, but if he misplays, might have a chance to come back. If not, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Because I can see lethal. Because say I block the 2 3-1 glow spores, that's 3 off Golgari, 4-5 off District, 6-7 Leyline, 8-9 Swarm. Come on, pass turn. Can he see it? He's thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. It's that tap. Yes. That is what we like to see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can do. 3 into that. Those are 3. Then I've got 4 cosmos. Oh, but now I want the sort of common still, don't I? Yeah, definitely want sort of common, otherwise I'm fucked. Pretty sure I'm fucked regardless, but he'd misplayed once. He had lethal last turn and he didn't kill me. So here's hoping he doesn't see it this time. This all comes back to like, what was it, turn 3 or something when I played the land, then Druid class instead Druid class, then land. Because that extra 2 life could have made the difference there. Go on, drop your giant. So I can counter it. Bastard. I can't counter that. That means I'm dead on the giant regardless. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Good game. Still, 3 wins, 1 loss. That ain't a bad, whatchamacallit, ratio? Win rate, that's it, yeah. Well, let's have a look at the deck. Right, this is the deck. Let's have a look. Start off with 1-drops, Lanorels, it's a mana dork. We just want to quickly ramp up in mana, and it's the cheapest one that there is. So yeah, play 4 of them. Contentious Plan, it draws us cards, so we get to dig through and find the actual threats that we have, and it proliferates. Then when we have our threats on the board and we're starting throwing those slam counters around, everybody gets another one. Druid class, playing a lot of lands, we want to hit more lands onto the land drops, and then when we get land drops we gain life, which keeps us in the game for longer to then drop the big horrors if we don't have them in the hand originally. Also, added bonus, level 3, land becomes a creature with power and toughness equal to number of lands you control. We run a few lands, so it's usually fairly big. I think the smallest I've seen it is a 6/6, and I've seen it go up to like a 12/12 sometimes. Pillar of Origins, cheap mana rock, but it can be only used to cast horror spells. Well, I say it can only cast horror spells. We choose horror, and then it can only cast horror. So for your like other mana rocks like Letter of Acceptance, Saw It Coming, stuff like that, can't be used for. But most of the stuff that you'd be wanting to play in the deck that you'd need a mana rock for, it can help you get out. Onto 3-drops, 2 glass pools. It's a tap land when you enter as the glass pool shore, so it's not too ideal in that regards. But it can be used for like just mana fixing if you're just like 1 or 2 mana short, and you're like, okay, play a glass pool on turn 5, turn 6, play another land. I've got a mana rock out already, then I can drop a Toxrill like a turn earlier, then should be able to. Glass pool mimic. The only creature really you want to be mimicking is the sludge monster. Is it sludge monster? Yeah, sludge monster. So then you can just start throwing even more slime counters around. Saw it coming, just for a bit of interaction. It's got a 4 cost, so you can play it for a bit cheaper and just hold it up. Because typically you'll be wanting to like spend all your mana that you can just to start throwing as many cards onto the field as possible to ramp out. Evolution Sage. It's the body, just for blocker in case, you know, shit goes sideways. But main reason we play it in the deck, whenever a land enters battlefield, proliferate. We play a lot of lands, so it's got the same sort of requirement as Druid class, so it can be activated a hell of a lot of times. With Druid class it can go off 3 times a turn potentially. I've now had a situation where I've put more than 3 lands down in one turn off 2 separate Druid class to level 2, but it could be done. And then you proliferate, and so it's like every creature on your opponent's field just gets that little bit weaker, little bit weaker, little bit weaker, and then you've got some slugs. Lurking Roper, it's a decent blocker. Attacking, sometimes, depending on if you have Cosmos Elixir out or if you've got a Druid class out. Because I've had it a couple of times where I've had a Lurking Roper and a Cosmos Elixir, attack, end of turn, gain 2 life, untap. So it's pseudo vigilance. It's a horror, so Pillar of Origins can get it out as well. So yeah, it's pretty good stat wise as well for a 3 mana. Letter of Acceptance, it's a mana rock, it's 3 mana, which isn't, ideal. But there is also a 2 mana sack to draw a card, which is good when you're digging for your big threats. Cosmos Elixir, it can keep you in the game longer, because I've had games where I've had like 2 or 3 of these out, and over the course of the game I've gained like 20-30 life, so it's like I'm playing Commander over here, they're playing Standard. It just means that you've got a lot more staying power, and once you get above 20 you start just drawing and cycling through your decks so fast, then you can hit your threats. And this is where the fun begins. Sludge Monster. It's just like, if you want, you hold it in your hand until like your opponent plays a big threat. It's like, I can't even think of a big threat. Like a 5/5 flyer or some shit like that, or a rankle like earlier. Just something irritating that you can't deal with like in a straight up fight. Or with removal. Well, this is removal really. As you put it down and it's like, boop, your cool, impressive like 7-drop creature becomes a 2/2 vanilla. And then every time you attack, another one becomes a 2/2 vanilla. Or if you're feeling a bit cheeky, stack them up onto the same creature. Doesn't have any extra effects on Sludge Monster alone. But then you drop a Toxrill, all those counters that you've got on that 5/5 flyer go, it's a 4/4, it's a 3/3, it's a 2/2, it's a 1/1, and it's dead. Boom. Because you get your -1/1 for each slime counter on them. End of each turn. Pretty much any creature will be dying very fast. Even the large creatures will be getting to a point where you can more than easily block them with Toxrill, no issues. If there's anything with like an awkward ability or anything, Sludge Monster removes the ability. It's a bit of an annoying interaction, the fact that it becomes 2/2s, because sometimes, like, say you put a counter on a 1/1, it becomes a 2/2, so you've just buffed it by 1/1 effectively. But in the same time you haven't, because who plays a vanilla 1/1? But one go around the table, end of my turn, counter, end of opponent's turn, counter, back to my turn, they're 2/2, dead. So they get 1 turn with their creature before it dies. And then you get slugs, so you get chump blockers. Or you could just go wide. Or you could sack them for drawing. It's just fun. Ideally I don't want to have that at 4, I don't know what I'd cut down to get that to 4, but like I said, ideally. Maybe an Evolution Sage, because it doesn't come up too often. Mana base, we've got 4 islands, 4 swamps, 3 forests, because the Swamps, you want to make sure you've got at least 2 black pips out for your Toxrill. You want to make sure you've got 2 blues for your Sludge Monster, and you saw it coming just for the odd chance that you don't foretell it. All your green stuff's just a 1 pip, so it's not an issue there. Then you get to your Shocklands, 4 Water Graves, 4 Overgrown Tombs, 2 Breeding Pools, because blue we've already got quite a bit with your Water Graves, Islands, and that. But we just want a little bit more. And green, like I said, you don't really need that much. 2 Khans Bastion, it's same as Evolution Sage, just for when you get a lot of stuff out and you start like running out of cards in hand, you can just spend your mana to proliferate to add extra tokens around. And then just to be a bit spicy, 1 Tyrite Sanctum. In the lore, Toxrill's meant to be like the avatar of some like slug god monster Toxrill. Why not make it a god yourself? Also, it just gets that nice little bit of reassurance in your head when he goes from 7/7, 7/7 with a +1/+1 god to boom, I'm indestructible. And then it becomes really, really hard for your opponent to deal with him, because he's going to be just wearing down everything, and there is very few cards that you can use to get rid of a 7/7. Like, maybe Massacre Girl, but yeah, Massacre Girl could possibly do it, depending on how wide you've gone with your slugs from your monsters. Not your monsters, your tokens, but yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.